Yesterday I overslept, slept through my alarm. I had a very early meeting, which is not unusual for me on a Monday. I actually enjoy doing early meetings, but where I slept through my alarm, I woke up with about 10 minutes to get ready and get downstairs and be sat looking professional in front of my computer. All went a bit wrong, set me up for a really bad day. But what sets you up for a really good day? For me, I like to get up early. I like to get up before the boys get up if I can, because they're also early risers like me. But I like to get up and actually get going. I like to think, right, what have I got to do today? I may only plan it in my head. I may not get the opportunity to actually write it down. But I like to know what I'm doing for the day. And I need to, before I get out of bed, I always say thank you for the fact that we're here for another day. And, we've had, a good night's sleep. Or if I haven't slept very well, I do think about why I didn't sleep very well. Generally, it's because something's worrying me, or there's something coming up, or something to do. So I think about that and I think, right, okay, so I've got to deal with that today. I am an action taker rather than if I think about things too much, I start worrying and it becomes bigger. So I think about what I need to do for the day. I think about what I did the night before. So what have I got left to do for this morning? What bits of the kids' lunch boxes have I got left to do if they need lunch boxes that day? What what else do they need that I couldn't set up the night before ready for them? And all these things you can do to set yourself up for a really good day. Now, I also like, if I can, doesn't happen very often, but I do try to come downstairs and have a quiet cup of coffee by myself. Just peacefully. If it doesn't happen first thing in the morning, then I do it at some point during the morning. I just find that thinking time can be really helpful. It can really keep you focused, just to have that time to you where yep, this is my time. I'm going to sit and drink a cup of coffee, hot coffee, which is a rarity, and actually just crack on with it. Crack on with what have I got to do for the day? What do I need to do before Andy goes to work? What do I need to do before I take the boys to their various places? Where are they going today? Thankfully, as of tomorrow, when they're back in school, that makes life a lot easier. And because, it's drop George off at nursery, drop William off at school. And then I know I've got a couple of hours to myself before I need to go and pick William up again. But then it gives me time, excuse me, it gives me time to think, yeah, this is what I need to do for each thing that I'm doing during those 2 hours. What bits of it can I do when I've got William later in the day? What bits of it can wait till the evening? Is there any bits that I don't actually need to do this week or today? And just take that time to plan. If I can, I like to get some movement in. It doesn't happen very often, I'm honest. My exercise tends to be walking William to school and back. But if I am lucky enough, then I will do some exercise as well. And I always make sure I have a nice big glass of water to start the day, because I think it's very good for your body. And yeah, so it's just taking that time. I'm desperately trying, and I'll be honest, it's not working because I'm getting resistance from all fronts, but to have more of a routine in the morning for the boys. And included in the boys is my husband. He's not a morning person, he's a night person. The rest of us are morning people. And yeah, it does cause some friction. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It can be very fractious in the morning in our household. So my first and main thing is to get Andy off to work. Once he's off to work, I know I've got about half an hour till we've got to take George to nursery, which gives me time to give the boys their breakfast, usually get them dressed, and get all of that bit out of the way as well. So it's having that, even if I only get 5 minutes to myself in the morning, sometimes it's only 2 minutes, but just enough time to take a deep breath and go, right, this is what I've got to do today. This is my order of doing things. And I try to make sure, especially when it's during school time, I try not to let it slip during the holidays, but invariably over the summer, it always does. But I try to make sure that we have that time and we have that organization that, right, first thing is we all get up, then we get Daddy off to work, then we get Georgie to nursery, then we get William to school. Once that is done, then I can start doing all the other bits I need to do. I have the jobs around the house to do that we all have to do every day. I have my bits of work to do, and I look at what is my priority for work for the day. And it's getting that routine in place can set you up for such a good day and make the whole day so much more productive than just winging it or just going with the flow. And when you throw into the mix neurodiversity, which obviously we have in this household, mornings can be really stressful. You know, it can go along really smoothly and you think, oh, this is going to be a really good morning. Everyone's doing what they're told. And then one little thing, everything can fly off the handle. So knowing that I've done all I can do the night before and all I can do before the boys get up, and taking that time for me before the boys get up to have that moment of peace and clarity helps, because I then know when we have the inevitable meltdown that actually we're going to be okay. We just go through it. We stay nice and calm. This morning I couldn't get William to get out of bed. It's his last day of the holidays. Completely understand it. So I still had the time this morning to ring my mum, and she sent my dad down to sit with him while I just dropped George to nursery. So I'm really fortunate that I have them just around the corner. They can't do babysitting for, you know, the reasons with William and his neurodiversity, because it just never works. But, you know, they can come and sit with him for the 5-10 minutes it takes me to take George to nursery and back. So it meant that I could get George where he needed to be. William now has a friend round to play, and they're having a right old time out in the garden, you know, so I know he's going to be occupied for the next few hours, apart from cooking them dinner, lunch, you know, that's all sorted. Now that was a last minute thing because our plans today changed, but that's not a problem. You know, I thought about it this morning. I knew last night our plans had changed. I thought about it this morning. I thought, right, what can we do? Send a couple of text messages and, you know, we're sorted. We're on our way. And they're now having a really nice time. And it's a lovely way for them to end the holidays as well. They're both in the same class at school, so they'll be back there tomorrow. But all of these little things, all these little plans we can put into place and little tweaks we can do to our routine to make the morning smoother and more productive, set us up for having a more productive day. The kids are going back to school. We're all going to be wanting to get back into everything again, whether it is freelance, whether it is self-employment, whatever you want to call it, whether it is going to work, whether it is just getting back into being, you know, up to date with all your housework, or whatever it is that you need to do, setting yourself up first thing in the morning to have the most amazing day by giving yourself that time, by giving yourself the time to do some movement, have a cup of coffee, you know, just sit and meditate for 5 minutes, whatever it is you need to do to set yourself up for the day. Use your evenings to get as much ready as possible. Have that me time first thing in the day. Finish getting everything ready and get everyone where they need to go smoothly and calmly, and then enjoy the rest of your day. Comment below for a link to register for Thursday's webinar on unleashing your superpowers and learning how to master the art of juggling being a mum and being a freelancer. Now, there's bits in this that will apply whether you are freelancing, whether you're working from home, whether you're employed, self-employed, whatever you are, there are things in the webinar that are going to help you. It is all about juggling the 2 separate lives that we have to lead, or the 3 separate lives it feels like we're leading at times, where we've got to make sure the kids are where they are, make sure the your husband's gone where he needs to go, if it's anything like mine, you know, and just making sure we manage to do everything and get some time for us. So comment below and I will send you the link to register. So it's Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time, and I look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, have an amazing day, and if you are enjoying the sunshine like we are, make the most of it, enjoy, and bring on the kids going back to school tomorrow. Bye everyone.